If someone steals your money, you may want to get that money back. You could sue them, but that can be expensive and time-consuming. So what do? You get a loan to pay for the things you need while you're waiting for the courts to make you whole again. But where are you gonna get a loan when your credit is in the toilet because they took all your money? Well, you might have some options. One is called revenge saving, and it is not your typical savings account because it doesn't involve setting aside money you already have. It involves getting money from other people who owe you money. And since this involves getting money out of people who already owe you money, there's no impact to your credit score. And depending on your circumstances, you may be able to recoup 100% of what you lost. So let's talk about how it works. I am the host, and this is a channel where we learn to grow our wealth slow and steady. Revenge saving is an informal arrangement where people who owe you money pay you back quickly so that you can use that money to make up for the money that was stolen. Let's take a look at how this works with an example. Let's say someone stole $3,000 from you. That money was earmarked for a down payment on a car. Now, you can't afford the down payment, but you do have friends and family who owe you money. Maybe your friends owe you $1,000 here and $2,000 there. Rather than wait for them to pay you back over the course of several months or years, you ask them to pay you back right now. They may complain, but if you explain your situation, most will probably agree. In this case, both friends were able to cut you checks for the full amount they owed, and you got your $3,000 back. So now you have the money you need for your down payment. This strategy has many names. Some call it a payback plan. Others call it a debt collection, but the idea is the same. The only difference is usually you don't have to ask people to pay you back early. They just do it on their own. Here's why. People who borrow money from friends and family usually do so without a written agreement. When that happens, there is often no set repayment schedule, and the borrower may not even be thinking about paying you back until you ask. But when you ask, they may feel guilty about being in your position and move up the timeline to pay you back. That's why you lines often hear stories of people who reach out to their friends and family for small loans only to find out that they were unable to repay for months or years. The friend or family member who lent the money out may not have had any intention of letting that money sit around for so long, but once they realized that you weren't making regular payments, they let their guard down and figured that you would eventually pay them back when you had the money. If you know your friend or relative has extra cash on hand, you might even be able to convince them to pay you back immediately. While this strategy is called revenge saving, you shouldn't use it just for revenge. Only ask people to pay you back early if you actually need the money. Otherwise, you're just going to hurt your relationship with them and possibly make them feel like they can't trust you. But what if they refuse to pay you back early? Then you have two choices. You can either keep asking until they pay you back, or you can write off the loss and move on. I wouldn't recommend spending more than 10% of your monthly income trying to collect on unpaid loans. At some point, you have to cut your losses and move on. It's also important to remember that revenge saving isn't a substitute for insurance. If someone steals a large amount of money from you, you may want to consider speaking with an attorney to see if you can recover your losses. Similarly, if the person who stole your money is a friend or family member, you may want to consider cutting them out of your life altogether. The bottom line is that if someone steals your money, don't just sit back and accept the loss. There are steps you can take to make yourself whole again, such as asking people who owe you money to pay you back early. This can help you recover 100% of what was stolen, which is better than nothing. But at the very least, it can help you get your finances back on track after a financial setback. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video on what to do when someone steals from you. And if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button because it tells me that you want to see more of this kind of content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.